This is the sound of redemption. This is the way that we bring it down. Down, down, 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 down. Igniting the fire within you. Exalting the melody of freedom. These are the things that will bring it down. Down, down, 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 down. So gather the faithful. Tell everyone to stand and shout loud. Shout loud. Shout loud. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it way down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down, down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it way down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down, down. Down, down, down.
Let me tell you, it's in the air. Joy is in the air. Love is in the air. Can you feel it? What it feel like? Freedom. What it feel like? Don't sleep on it, brother. You might get left, sister. Can you feel it? What it feel like? Freedom. What it feel like? Justice. No need to be counted, cause I am down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down for the end of racism, for the end of bigotry, cause I am down. For the end of misogyny, that's right. For all the isms out there, just down, down, down. Let's bring it down. Rise up, people. No more foolishness, and let's bring it way down.
Riding the river of change into the cries of contrition. This is the way that we bring it down. Down, down, 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 down. We are the children of Eden, dancing and celebrating freedom. We are the ones that must bring it down. Down, down, 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 down. So gather the faithful. Tell everyone to stand and shout loud. Shout loud. Shout loud. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it way down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down, down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it way down. Let's bring it down. We've got to bring it down. Down. Stand up and shout. Stand up and shout. Rise
Accountability starts now. The Eric Dawson Radio.
You are not prepared to come to that table and to represent that voice, don't come. Because we don't need any more brown faces that don't want to be a brown voice. We don't need black faces that don't want to be a black voice. We don't need Muslims that don't want to be a Muslim voice. We don't need queers that don't want to be a queer voice. And if you're worried about being marginalized and stereotyped, please don't even show up.
This is the rhythm of change. This is the sound of redemption. This is the way that we bring it down. Down, down, 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 down. Igniting the fire within you. Exalting the melody of freedom. These are the things that will bring it down. Down, down, 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 down. So gather the faithful. Tell everyone to stand and shout loud. Shout loud. Shout loud. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it way down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down, down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it way down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down, down. Down, down, down.
Let me tell you, it's in the air. Joy is in the air. Love is in the air. Can you feel it? What it feel like? Freedom. What it feel like? Don't sleep on it, brother. You might get left, sister. Can you feel it? What it feel like? Freedom. What it feel like? Justice. No need to be counted, cause I am down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down for the end of racism, for the end of bigotry, cause I am down. For the end of misogyny, that's right. For all the isms out there, just down, down, down. Let's bring it down. Rise up, people. No more foolishness. And let's bring it way down.
Riding the river of change into the cries of contrition. This is the way that we bring it down. Down, down, 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 down. We are the children of Eden, dancing and celebrating freedom. We are the ones that must bring it down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down.
Down, down, down.
We don't need.
Down, down, down.
Black faces that don't want to represent.
Bring it down, down, down.
We don't need slave whisperers, Negro catchers.
Down, down, down.
If you like being marginalized, stereotyped, talked about negatively,
Sit your punk ass down. Welcome to another beautiful autumn day.
oh yeah.
Right? Set the clocks back, fall back, all that kind of stuff, man. Now it's leaf blowing time. And if you live in the burbs, all you hear is all weekend long. Am I joking? From literally from whatever the ordinance is, which I think is about 8 o'clock, right? From 8 o'clock until 6 in the evening, all you hear is So, anyway, I'm old fashioned, man. I got a rake. Vincent, I'm not joking. I got a rake. And, well, so in this house, I don't have a huge yard. In my previous house with 2 acres, yeah, you got a leaf blower. You got a couple of landscapers, right? You've got a bunch of stuff going on. But here, it's manageable. Like, there's something to be. A friend of mine said to me once, he said, you don't own your land owns you. And he was so right, because when I first got that, I moved into the house. Well, before I moved in, you go and you look at houses, and and I'm thinking to myself, man, look at that. And that was the first house where I was going to own a lot of trees, right? My other houses had a few trees in the back, a few in the front. This one, I was like, man, you talking about a slice of the American dream. I got a chunk. And I was like, oh man, all of these trees are mine. I'm responsible for all of these trees. And I didn't really understand that until the first tree fell, right? Until we had Superstorm Sandy, and the trees were swaying back and forth, especially the ones that were in close proximity to the house. Those trees on average cost $1,800 to have removed. I had several of them removed.
Well, $1,800 is a good deal, trust me.
Well, you know what? A lot of it depends on the access they have to the tree. If you're around a lot of power wires, it's more money. If they can't get the equipment in there, it's more money, right? More people, more money. More time, more money. Mine, was pretty easy access. They were able to, to get them down. But again, I didn't own, where I thought I owned it, it owned me, man. It owned my pocket. It owned my bank account. It owned every aspect of my life, man. And then on the weekends, my whole weekend. Because yeah, and I told this story a long time ago. When I moved, I was just blessed to be able to move up there. I really was. Some things aligned for me, and But what do they say? Success loves preparation, right? So things lined up for me. Doors opened, and I was prepared to go through those doors. But when I got up there, I wasn't used to like landscapers and all that kind of stuff, right? So my neighbors, they all had these big trucks, the landscapers that pull up, all with Italian names on the side of the trucks, right? But with Hispanics getting out of the truck. I'm just keeping it real. This is Keep It Real Monday. It is all Italian names and all Hispanics getting out of the truck, except the driver. The driver wasn't Hispanic. Yes, the driver was not Hispanic. And a lot of them were Ecuadorians. But I remember the guy came over to me. He was turning over the neighbor's front yard, and they were reseeding. And so I was outside with my rake, because the front I still raked. The back I blew everything back into the woods. But the guy said, hey, we could take care of your lawn for you. We do your neighbors, and we do the. So I said, well, how much are you charging him to reseed? Because, I kind of want to get that done. It's been a while now, Vincent, but I think he told me that it was going to be, $1,500, $1,700, something like that. And I said, no, thank you. I said, I live in Berkeley Heights, but I still got a Newark mentality. No, I'm not giving you $1,500 to do my yard. You know.
You gonna load up 5 crackheads in your pickup truck?
No. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that. But I would go, and I did offer some of the guys who were legitimately trying to get their hustle on, pushing lawnmowers and things around. The only thing about that is you need to get them up there, right? But that was even worth it because you go to Home Depot, you get the pickup truck for $19, right? You bring them up and they do a day's work. They make more money than they would make pushing their lawnmower around. And everybody was happy, but yeah, man, I said, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. Then I had a guy come in I wanted to redo my basement, and the guy came in, Vincent, and see, I'm a different kind of guy because I value my money, right? So he came in and he said, "Oh, you got a nice big basement." I said, "Yeah, I want to finish it, And so I said to him, "How long would it take you to do what I want to have done?" So he said, "Oh, we could get it done in like 3 weeks." I'm like, 3 weeks? I'm like, okay. So I said, well, in order to get it done in 3 weeks, how many people you want to bring up here to work? So he said, oh, we can get it done with 4 people. We'll be able to knock it out. And so I'm thinking, okay, so 4 people, 3 weeks. Then I said to him, so in terms of the materials, we're talking 2x4, sheetrock, wire, nails, kind of stuff, tape, paint, right? We were putting a bathroom downstairs, but nothing fancy, right? So, tile and toilet and, kind of stuff. So I'm doing the math in my head, right? Square footage, what it's going to cost to do. So I asked the guy, I said, so how much is it going to cost to redo the basement? And he gave me this insane number. So then I said to him, well, how much the materials going to cost? So then he gave me the number for materials. And so I said, so the rest of it is labor? So then I said, okay, so let's back this out for a second, because you said it was going to take you 3 weeks, right? So if this chunk is labor, and you said you're going to bring 4 people up, they're probably going to be Ecuadorians or Mexicans or something, right? You're going to pay them, what, $100 a day? So if you do $100 a day times 4 guys, it's $400 a day times 20 days. This is what that total is. I said, so the rest of this is for what? I said, explain to me what the rest of it is for. Because here's my labor, right?
Get your hands off my pocket.
Dude, Vincent, he was looking at me like, because I said, wait, so let's go through it again, right? Because the amount that he was going to make outside of the money that you take the materials, because he told me what he thought the materials were going to cost. He was going to make, and I guess this would go into administrative fees and to management fee, whatever it would be. But over 3 weeks, he was looking to make almost $20,000. So I said, wait a minute. I said, so that's outside of material costs, and $100, that's generous too, because back then they weren't paying these guys $100 a day, and so they were getting these day laborers for less. But I said, so you're going to get day laborers, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, and so then you're going to want to charge me this, and this is over for 3 weeks? I said, man, that's insane. They can't do that. So when people come to my house to do work, I break it down like that, man. I want to have a clear understanding of what you're doing and what you're charging.
Well, let's see. My mother-in-law fell bedridden. So this is when my wife and I, we
Diane says contractors are the devil.
Contractors gotta eat too.
Yeah, they don't have to eat. Listen, they don't have to eat filet mignon and lobster every night.
Oh, they will end up getting you to buy it.
Not me.
Plus, you gotta pay for that shiny truck.
That's right. You got to pay his mortgage. You got to pay for his kid to go to college. You got to.
That's right.
Hey.
Wife going to summer home.
There you go. And see, you know what? That's how they determine how they're gonna bill. They say, what expenses do I have?
So it cost my wife $50,000 to build an addition to the house. So she just wanted a one room, one bathroom, one closet. Alright? So she got everything. No, it was $75,000 for the house. And to build that addition. And went through the process, got a second mortgage, gave the man the money, and then all of a sudden, this guy came in, started the frame, got the roof up, and disappeared.
Yo, I've tracked down contractors because I told you I got a Newark and Compton mentality, man. So I track them down. And
I hunted him down too.
yeah, man, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty, man. And and so sometimes you want to pay, right? Because you don't want the headache, but you shouldn't have to pay through the ass. You should be able to find a midway point where you're getting a good job done by a reputable contractor, and you're paying a reasonable rate.
Well, welcome to the capitalistic society. Sometimes capitalism has its disadvantages, and that's all part of it. But we do those things because, when I got my first house with acres, man, I became that house's Mitch.
Yeah.
Some days I walk out and go to work and the house will be talking to me. Yeah, when you get done, come on over here because I got some work for you.
Yeah, it's you don't own it; it owns you. But anyway, it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. And all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, did you?
To my wife's house was that I eventually finished all the work myself. Drywall and electrical, plumbing, put in a new bathroom, painted up, ran all the electric lines, lighting. So, yeah. Yeah. But,
Hey, did you have any trick-or-treaters?
No. No, actually, it's been Saturday campaigning with a friend of mine who's running for school board.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got this 5-foot by 8-foot sign, put it on the back of the truck and a loudspeaker, and we drove around, giving out candy and
Disturbing the peace.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing being in white suburbia and playing, Biggie Smalls. But strange enough, everybody was very receptive to the music. Playing some Michael Jackson 5 hits, and we were driving around, with the microphone, vote for van for Pennsauken. And, we went there, and people started getting into a jam session.
Hey, man, you know what music would have gone nicely down there, man? Little Bon Jovi.
Oh, we did that.
There you go.
We went. We did some Van Halen, Hot to Teach You. So, yeah, and did a little Michael Jackson Thriller. In fact, one guy had a huge haunted house set up. Had, the fog and people jumping out of places and torn up pirate ship that looked like it was sunk into his yard. He really did it up. We were playing Thriller and, some spooky songs and, had a great time out there. Really, really drew a nice crowd. But, yeah, that was my
Okay. All
How about
right.
you, trick-or-treaters?
No trick-or-treaters. I just kind of, took it down. Well, as down as I could take it. I don't take it too far down. But,
Well, we
yeah.
had the candy shoot.
No. Nobody came by. No, the doorbell didn't ring. So here's the interesting thing. Because I made a couple of trips to Walmart this weekend. There is a crap load of candy in Walmart. They don't know what to do. Now, normally, right after Halloween, right, the candy goes on sale. They're going to have a massive sale. Because they have way too much inventory. And I don't know what they're going to do with it.
Well, they're going to put it in the back because starting last night, everybody started actually setting up their Christmas displays.
Yeah, but you can't. But they're going to have to sell that candy. They don't want to take it back because they got to warehouse it. Like these individual stores, once they get it, they now have to warehouse it, and square footage and warehousing costs money. So to take this candy and put it in, they're trying to rotate stock out. You're right. For Christmas, stuff. They don't have the room.
They're going to stack that bad boy in a pallet on one side of the store and put 50% off on it.
Yeah, they may have to. They may have to put 80% off. Hey, listen. Let me ask this question: if there are any women, and Diane is probably listening. I'm a practical guy, right? And I think I mentioned this before with my kids. I had conversations with them around Christmas, and I said, hey, listen, the same thing that you want me to get you right now for Christmas, if we get it after Christmas, it's probably going to cost about 30% less, right? So let's say Daddy has a budget of $1,000, right? You could get $1,300 worth of stuff if you wait until after Christmas. Right? So I could just give you pictures of what you're gonna get, but not buy it. And then,
The views and opinion expressed on this show are
wait a minute, but you understand what I'm getting at, right? But you understand what I'm saying? So, because everybody knows this. Everybody, I'm like, this is like the biggest out front secret that if you wait until just one day, it's cheaper. So, what I want to ask the women is this. Same thing on Valentine's Day. That box of candy, the very next day is 75% off. Why are you making him buy it at full price the day of? You get 3 boxes if you just wait a day. You get 3 whole boxes. Or he can buy you 1 box and give you the change.
Yeah, well, let's see. Well, let's look at first, which one you want me to tackle first, Christmas or Valentine's Day?
It doesn't matter. Because to me, I'm like, look, I'll give you the picture of the box of candy I'm going to get you tomorrow. And the roses. Dude, they charge premium on Valentine's Day for the same roses you could get the next day for half price.
Well, here's my thing. I love my wife. I mean, deeply, dearly. More than which I could ever have the vocabulary to express. So, during the course of our year, I am always picking up things, thinking about her, flowers, candy, gifts.
Now, does that sell on Valentine's Day, though?
But on Valentine's Day.
Hey, here we go.
On Valentine's Day, no. It's not about my love for her. It's about, I think it's more that we're going to get a lot of women call after I say this. But I think it becomes more commercial it becomes more the Jones situation or the Kardashian situation. It becomes more of not, you have to do it at that day because you have to prove your love before the whole rest of the world that this one specific day I can go bankrupt just so that I can supply her with monetary things. And it really annoyed me.
Well, listen, I love the fact that Amina works at home now.
Mm-hmm.
See, because when they don't work at home, when they work in an office on Valentine's Day, you have to you got to send flowers because all the other women are getting flowers.
Mm-hmm.
You got to send candy because all of them are getting candy. And if she's sitting there at her desk or in her office watching a delivery man or woman come by and drop off stuff to everybody else's desk and you didn't send anything, and not just anything, it's got to measure up to what else is being sent, and you don't even know what else is being sent.
Mm-hmm.
I read an article in I think it was in the New York Times. This goes back about 12 years ago or so. They said that the stress that a man feels on Valentine's Day, like leading up to Valentine's Day, is akin to the stress that a soldier feels on the battlefield.
I can believe that.
Right? So you got this guy like he can, unless he overspends, he can't get it right. And then when he overspends, he's like, damn it, I overshot. I could have gone a couple $100 less. But now, with her working at home, see, different. So, still get stuff, but it's different. I control my environment now.
Good for you. Now that my wife is working home, I'm going to give that some consideration this Valentine's Day.
See? Different. Control your environment. Oh man, I had the ringer off, so somebody might have been trying to call. Please call back, caller. I missed your call.
But yeah, it is. When I was single, when I was dating, it was the flowers, it was the candy, had the limo pull up, take her to lunch. I mean, it was the whole thing.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah,
I'm not. Nah.
Now we're married.
Oh.
So, you still have to keep those things on the calendar. The anniversary of the day that you met, the anniversary of the day of your first kid, the anniversary of everything, and send something. And then there's a little bit more stress on men too. There's the stress of, her standing there looking at you, trying to figure out what you did. She's trying to figure out if you notice her new hairstyle.
Dude, yeah, all of that. Look, I'm a little more refined than a caveman. But a little. But for the most part, dude, my thing is, I'ma go and hunt. That's what I do. I'ma go and I'ma hunt. Right? I'ma go and I'ma provide. Right? All of the I'm still learning at 57 all of the sensitivities of the feel good stuff. Now I do offer compliments. Probably not enough, because she'll come to me and she'll say, "Hey Baba, did you notice my hair?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it looks great." Or, "Hey Baba, what do you think about my outfit?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it looks great, I'm sure." And then like every time I do it, every time I do it, I go, dang it, right? Because, I want to be able to say ahead of time, hey, did you get your hair done? Right? Or, hey, new outfit. But I'm always missing that mark.
Oh, no, I'm good at it.
Are you?
See, it's not the fact of missing what you have to do, and I'm going to help every man listening to the show. You have to key in on her. If she's got that look of expectation.
Oh, then you know something.
Exactly.
See, Vincent? See, I like that. So don't worry about the different things. Just key in on her. Now, you may not know what the thing is, but you know what? Here you go. Ready? So when you key in and you see that different look, then you go, see, you did it, didn't you?
Or no. Oh, honey, I love it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to say what it is, because it could be the hair. It could be a new skincare product. It could be a new outfit. It can be accessories. It could be anything. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, and while I'm trying to help out the brothers, here are my 3 responses to get you out of any argument. You ready for them? Take notes. First, honey, I'm sorry. Second, look, it's all my fault. How can I fix it? And the third one, why don't we just go out to eat?
Oh, so wait a minute. So these don't work? What? That doesn't work. Yeah.
That don't work? Oh,
no.
Okay. Look, honey, why don't we just go out to eat, okay? All right. Yeah, that is your male get out of jail free card. Okay.
Man. All right. So listen, we try to give you guys some advice, right? So we started off with a little financial literacy, right? Get the picture and then get the gift the day after. Save some money. Oh, gosh.
And then there is the 50% compromise.
The 50% compromise?
Yes. I mean, this is what I'm going to do. I got you these, but after the holiday, I'm getting you this, and this. What? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I just, I'm just, like I said, I'm just practical. And sometimes my practical nature gets in the way.
Yeah, well, most women would interpret that as cheap.
And look,
there's nothing wrong with being frugal with your money.
Look, what I'll say to guys who have a problem apologizing, just go to Staples, right, and get a set of cards, like business cards, that just say I'm sorry on them all. And just keep them in your pocket. Right?
Just put the date on it.
You just leave it on your way out the door, just date it and leave it on the counter. That's it. That's it. And then don't just have it say I'm sorry. Have it say I'm sorry again. Again.
and if you're real frugal, you just find the card after she put it down, and then you just give it back to her.
There you go. Just scratch out the date and put a new date on it. That's absolutely right. Okay. All right, guys. So listen.
The special meeting of the He-Man Woman Haters Club has
now ended. We will delete this portion of the show. It will self-destruct in 10 seconds. So anyway, tomorrow's election day. But before we get into talking about election day, man, I got to tell you, We talked about this last week about who's responsible for the spread of coronavirus. We talked about, what elected officials are responsible for and what they should be doing in terms of shutting things down. Listen, I'll tell you, these business owners need to be shut down. Not all of them, but the ones who are contributing. I was somewhere yesterday. I'm not going to mention where. I walked in. I had to go pay a visit, drop off something business related. And I walked into this venue. There were workers who didn't have masks on. Then there were folks sitting at the bar who didn't have masks on. Then there were people who had masks, but they were pulled down and they were like chin straps. And I'm saying to myself, see, this would be the business owner who, if code enforcement came and shut them down, would be complaining. They wouldn't be talking about their culpability. Right? They wouldn't be talking about how irresponsible they were. They would be talking about, they'd be complaining, like Dominic up in Montclair, right? You have a responsibility, but I'm telling you, the elected officials have a responsibility too. Law enforcement has a responsibility too, and everybody is dropping the ball here. It should be at this point, Vincent, zero tolerance. And I said this last night to somebody I was talking to. I said, if you're a bar, because a friend of mine had to drop off, he catered an event downtown, provided some stuff, and went down there, and he said there were over 100 people in this venue. He said many of them didn't have masks on. Right? See, if you are a bar owner, you should lose your liquor license at this point. Right? If you are a store owner, you should not be able to operate for whatever period of time. If you are a patron who is in there irresponsibly, behaving irresponsibly, meaning you don't have your mask on, you should be...
have your butt whooped.
No, you should be carted downtown in a paddy wagon. And if you are a person in there and you have your mask on, but you see all of this going on, then you're just foolish, right? Because if you're wearing your mask and you see all of this, why would you put yourself in that situation? Just leave, right? So there's the dynamic that's going on. Things are falling apart and on all of these different levels, from the owner of the establishment to the irresponsible patron to the foolish patron. But they all are contributors to the spread of coronavirus. And I'm telling you, local governments need to now step in and deal with this.
Yes, because it all goes into greed or selfish desire. The patrons want to be selfish and just go out and do a little escapism and don't want to have to worry about a virus that they can't see, nor can they stop. And the proprietors, they want money because they want to pay their mortgage and buy groceries and all that other stuff, and we get that. But if you are going to do it, it should be a level of responsibility. We prosecute people for the spreading of the HIV virus. We prosecute people for not wearing a seatbelt. We prosecute people for any act of carelessness.
Texting and driving, right? Like we could just keep going on and on for the things that we, drunk driving, right? We prosecute people for open containers, right? In the, like literally somebody walking down the street with an open container of alcohol, they'd be prosecuted. Meanwhile, you have somebody who doesn't have a mask on, who is, at that point, we have to say, science says, is a likely contributor to the spread of COVID-19, and we don't do anything.
Correct.
We just watch them. Why can't we treat that like an open container?
Why can't we treat that like, a seatbelt? Or, my favorite one, getting prosecuted because your dog is not on a leash.
Yeah.
Yet we take this so cavalier and callously until somebody in your family gets affected. Now, people want to be up in arms. Oh, they need to do this, they need to do that. No. You had the opportunity. You didn't think or believe that this happened to you. The biggest thing that black people, or why black people became so, the number one catcher of HIV was the simple fact they thought it was a gay white disease. No. It affects everybody. It harms everyone. And we need to take a larger level of responsibility with this. Especially now, where it's on the rise in the state of New Jersey. Especially North Jersey.
Yeah. I just, but this is where I say, and this is the tragedy of it all, right? When we talk about miscommunication, we talk about fake news, talk about all those things, you really don't hear the media talking about it like that. You don't hear the media really hammering down, and they could if they wanted to. They could put up a tip line, they haven't, that says, hey, if you know of a place that is blah, 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 let us know so we can go and do one of our big exposés, show it with our cameras and everything, and just put them on blast. They could do that if they wanted to. But that's not the angle that they've taken with COVID-19, right? They've taken this angle that just...
it's going away. We're defeating the virus.
No.
It's over.
No. That's not the attitude they're taking. The attitude that mainstream media is taking is that it's that guy's fault. That is that guy's fault that 100 people showed up yesterday at this event without masks. It's that guy's fault. That these people at the place that I went to are there without. Those people are not checking for that guy. Those people are just acting irresponsibly and selfishly. That's what they do. And local government has to intervene for the sake of us all.
Okay. Local government is starting to intervene. People are starting to get upset. In fact, there was a sheriff who told the governor, I think it was Georgia, so I believe he may be up for election. So if anybody's listening and live in that area, please vote him out. The sheriff basically told the governor that, no, we're not going around here and giving out tickets and all that stuff. We're not your mass police. So, yeah, there's a level of people who just don't care about their fellow man or anybody else. And that needs to change. And I'm not trying to segue to this, but I am. But one of the biggest problems that we have to overcome is the simple fact that leadership, not locally, but leadership nationally, is saying to everybody, you don't need to wear a mask.
So let me ask you a question, Vincent. Do you really believe that those 100 people that showed up at that thing did that because that's what they heard?
I believe that those 100 people that showed up at that thing took license to the direction of leadership.
No. Wait.
No.
Really, Vincent?
Let me
Really?
Really? I believe that he gave them a license to do it.
No.
Even though people knew it was inherently wrong. Yet because there were some people in power who said one thing that gave them that opportunity or open up that door, they did it.
So wait a minute. So let me ask you a question. Right? So
Okay.
you don't think what do you think would have changed those 100 people?
What I think would have changed those 100 people? Okay. I think what would have changed those 100 people is the simple fact that, leadership said that this is dangerous and we need to take precautions.
And you think wait a minute, I want to stop there.
No.
Vincent, stop whining. Stop whining. No, stop whining.
Let me finish it.
Go ahead.
I think that would have emboldened some local leaders to say that yes, we do need to get a tighter rein on this and put in.
So you don't think that the 200,000 deaths? I mean, I want to be clear. I want you to I know you want to segue into it, but I think when you do, you put your foot in your mouth, right? So what you're saying is that these people are so mindless, right? So gullible, so malleable that, right, the millions of people who've contracted it, the hundreds of thousands, whatever the number is, Vincent, the hundreds of thousands of people who have died from it, that didn't persuade them. But if a guy says to them, oh, you know what? Put on a mask, then that's gonna be the thing. That is the foolishness, right? That is being, and because the media won't look and say no, you know what it is? It's not that guy. It's that selfish effing bar owner. It's that effing selfish guy in Montclair who owns this thing, and it's people like you, Vincent, who give them cover so that you don't look and say and turn all of your attention and go, no, Dominic, it's you. But you give Dominic the cover to say, well, he was emboldened to do it because national leadership didn't do. That's a crock. Call a go.
Well, that's not what I'm saying.
That's what you said. You said they were emboldened. Call a go.
No. That is part of what I'm saying. What I was saying, because you always tend to not let me finish, what I was saying is this. And let me make it very clear.
But why? You're so long-winded, Vincent. Either they're responsible or they're not. You sound like a politician. Go ahead. Yeah.
Fish rots from the head down.
Oh, God, Vincent.
And everybody has a level of culpability to it. But you cannot dismiss the simple fact that the most powerful citizen in the free world is playing it down.
Vincent,
and that empowers people. Just like he empowered those people to go chase after a Biden bus or to try to kidnap a governor.
Vincent.
That's right, Vincent. It is the day before the election. Hold tight to it. No matter how crazy it sounds, no matter how irrational it sounds.
Oh, God.
For the election, Vincent, don't you let go of that. Don't you cow down to Eric. You hear me, Vincent? I want to hear everything you've got to say today. I am agreeing with you 100% with it. That orange dude, he has made a total mess of this country. He is the reason why Mexico is up. He is a racist and a nutso, and he has got to be stomped out. Vincent, this is our one chance, Vincent. We're going to stick together today. No matter, unless the only way you can turn me off today, Vincent, is you start talking about education and the poor people. We're going to have a problem, okay? So let's just... Okay, so I'll just check that right off the list. I have been waiting for you, Vincent. I was like, I listened to all of the conversations and crazy conversations y'all had about the those women, Eric, I want to poke you in your eyeball.
Wait a minute, Jody. No.
Vincent was going to come on and do his thing because today Vincent and I are one in the same. In less than 24 hours, we have to vote that orange dude in his madness.
No, listen. I'm not suggesting.
Eric, you might want to get your face shield when you see Duke.
No. Listen.
Going for the eyes.
Listen. I'm simply saying. Look, because what I'm saying to you is this. All I'm saying, whether you vote the guy out or not, I'm saying the super spreader events are going to continue. I'm saying the place that I went to yesterday, Wednesday rather, they're going to have, what was yesterday? Sunday? Next Sunday, they're going to have another big event, and the bartenders are not going to have face masks on, and the people.
I'm ready for that, Eric.
Huh?
When Joe Biden gets into office. Deal with it. This is the one thing you can't say today, Eric. You can't blame Joe Biden for that, right? Oh, but me and Vincent are under the impression, and we believe this, as sure as our name is Jody and Vincent, and we are a tag team on you today, Eric. When Biden gets into office, effective November 4th, that's gonna end.
Yeah. No, but you know what? No, but here's gonna be. This is what I predict if Biden wins, right? The coronavirus is still going to be on the uptick, and probably for the next 6 months they'll be saying, well, it's because of Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump did this. Because Donald Trump did that. So, well, okay, but now it's November 20th.
Trump did nothing.
It's this. No. Donald Trump did this, meaning that he didn't act fast enough. He lied about whatever. So whatever these talking points, December's gonna come. You're still gonna have those talking points because the coronavirus is still gonna be here, and January's gonna come. February's gonna come. It's still going to be Donald Trump's issue, right? Joe Biden's gonna be elected, maybe, but it's still gonna be Donald Trump's issue. Wait a minute, but I'm just saving people from having to spend money buying the New York Times and spend their money on these subscriptions to these different news. You don't have to do that because that is going to be the narrative, right? And somehow, wait a minute, let me finish.
Original conversation. So absolutely, look at that deflection. Listen, Eric, he doesn't get into office until January, right? So yes, in December, the crazy president of the United States of America is still actually he's going to even intensify his craziness, right? He's going to tell everybody to take off their masks. He's going to say it's all a game. He's going to probably run around and spit on people and have all the coronavirus people spit on people. He's going to be a menace to society if he loses until they have to drag him on out of office, right? But I do believe, and this is no joke, although I'm about to have me a lot of fun with you today, I do believe, though, that when Biden does officially take office, I think there will be support for those mandates of mask wearing. I do believe there's no BS on this one. I do believe that we are in a space of seeing how insane this president is. So corona, COVID's not really existing, turning the corner, all of those crazy, that crazy messaging he has going on for the election. I think that will end, and I think we will see more support on making it a mandate, a legislative mandate to save people in this country. That I do.
But let me ask you a question. So let me ask you a question, Jody. So here's my question, Jody. So if you believe that that's going to happen, do you believe that Biden has a plan? I'm looking at what Diane posted in the thread, and I was going to say the same thing. So let's flip to the other side, and because I talked about this idea of science and economists, right? And I think you got to balance this thing. Do you think that Biden has a plan?
Yes.
For the economy?
Yes, he does. He had the plan. In fact, it was the same thing that was in. All he has to do is continue with the same thing in place. But one thing that Biden said in his plan is, first, before we can build back the economy, we have to defeat the virus, and that part is true.
So
Now, you take care of first things first. Okay, but to go to your question of what's going to happen, I know one thing that I'm going to predict is going to happen. All of those spineless, do-nothing, politicians who are afraid of Donald Trump will now become emboldened. So after Biden loses in November, anything that he's going to do between November and January, when there's supposed to be that peaceful exchange of power, all of those people will now develop a backbone and stand up to him. So he won't be able to get that crazy stuff off. And New York will be sitting there at Air Force One waiting to arrest him to take him to prison.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, let's go, baby.
Firstly, okay. I don't know.
Listen, Eric, I love you, right? You're going to send me some Grandma Emma's?
Yeah, man. That's coming, I think.
Except for today. Today, I am so not trying to hear anything you're saying. Today is our day. Today is the Vincent and Jody day. And I think that you should allow us this day, because I really don't know how this is going to turn out, and I am very nervous. So I'm just going to promote whatever craziness I want to say about Donald Trump, and I think you should allow us to have that. And thank you for thinking about me and Grandma Emma, and I love you, but nothing you could say today is right. So give it up.
Oh no! Listen, I'm just asking the questions. That's all. I'm just trying to figure it out, and I got my Ouija board out here, just trying to figure out, what January is going to be like, what February is going to be like, what March is going to be like, under a Biden Harris administration, whether or not we're going to see these upticks, whether or not people are still going to be having these coronavirus parties, right? Or whether they're going to have a change of heart now because the leader of the free world says take it seriously.
I think that is going to be for a lot of Americans, especially African descent, is going to be a sign of relief.
No. I'm specifically talking about, but I'm telling you, I am specifically talking about now those two places that I mentioned where they had these super spreader events. That because now, according to you, they won't be emboldened anymore because if Biden and Kamala win, right? These people won't be emboldened to have these parties, so they won't, right? Is what you alluded to earlier? Like they're emboldened to do it.
No, I cannot say that, nor will I say that in its totality, that these things won't happen.
Yeah.
What I can say is that there are some people who will start to actually gain some backbone to do public displays of their disdain for people for their careless actions.
Okay. I'm looking for,
Seriously speaking, Alex, you know what it's kind of like to me? When someone says, with regard to this movement of these crazy groups, racist groups that are willing to try and run people off the road. So people say, that this is just about this election. It's really not just about this election.
Oh, no, it's not.
So if Trump should win tomorrow, right? And this is the scary to me that honestly, I get kind of angry with black folk who I remember when Chuck came on the show and he said that day, it was crazy to me. He said, if Trump doesn't win, he said, actually, these, white supremacist groups are going to go crazy, right? if Trump wins, they're going to go crazy.
There you go.
So that will be the full. They will have in their mind. There will be full power that the leader of the free world has beckoned them, has supported them, and honestly unleashed them. That is when we will really need, all of us will need some guns and some armor, because I think it's going to be dangerous if he should win. If he should lose, however, it will have, I think, an effect too, that at least someone in power can start moving as the FBI has won, as the criminal justice, everyone has told everyone that this is a rising problem of domestic terrorism in our country.
Mm-hmm.
So we may be able to not end it, because it's always been there and will always be there, but control it a little better. But if he doesn't, it will empower them. So when you take that kind of scenario or theory and wrap it in COVID, listen, people do realize that nothing is going to happen to them, right? You can have 100 people in a room, and what do? You'll shut it down. They don't go to jail for it. They don't get, they aren't penalized for it. They don't lose money for it. But that maybe with a different administration, understanding that we are in a very dangerous place and we are losing hundreds of thousands of people, that yeah, it's a better chance at change than leaving him there. Wouldn't you think that, at least? Can I get you there?
Yeah. And Eric, you just talked about prosecuting people who do not take this virus seriously. And one of the biggest reasons that they do not get prosecuted is because the leader of the free world downplays it. So now we will get an administration who can put some teeth into the action of making people pay for their carelessness.
See, yeah.
So you cannot, because the president now is doing nothing. Where he's talking about he's the president of law and order, and he's going to drain the swamp, and the only thing he's been doing is putting in more alligators. And when his people get prosecuted, he gives them a pardon.
Put in more.
Or commit their sentence. We're now talking about a situation where a president who sees on TV a guy in his truck running over people who are protesting about injustice of a black man getting shot, and he says that I'm sure they're fine people, and then he puts a white power post on Twitter. Come on, Eric. We can't have one without the other. We cannot have local laws without somebody with teeth backing them. And that's what we're running into. It can't change until he's gone. 4 more years of Trump, and this is his lame duck session. If you think he's bad now and telling people to break the law, what do you think he's going to do in 4 years? No, Eric, there's a white guy who's been hating you for years now. Now he's emboldened to shoot you behind because nothing can happen to him.
So
I wish I could see your face now. So when I'm on the phone,
so
I look at your face. You know how you scrunch up your face?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got my meme that I'll put in the thread later, but but look. Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
We need a sigh of relief. We need to pause and regroup. We can't get that with Trump in office. We've been holding our breath and waiting to exhale since he took power.
So
where Diane at? Diane come off when we start talking about Trump.
So
where is Diane at?
Oh, you calling her out? Uh-oh. Hey, Diane, fair one. Let's go.
So let me ask you a question. I mean, seriously. I don't know that we'll know. We'll have some projections, right, by tomorrow evening. but we won't know, right? But there'll be a sense. What do you based on the Armageddon that you project if Donald Trump wins? How are you going to survive 4 years as a black man in America?
Well,
So I'm frankly speaking, and for myself, right? So I like the fun of all of this because it's just fun. It's just fun. But I am nervous, right? So I read a couple of articles today. I was up at 5 this morning reading articles today that Florida is so iffy, right? But we will at least know because of the way that Florida, from what I read, does their voting, that we will at least know tomorrow about Florida. And loses Florida is over, right? But if he wins Florida, streets is scary, right? And very scary. And because, we have to be honest about it is razor tight. It is not like, they have a win and he pulled it out before and he could pull it out again. I don't think, I'm not considering that there's going to be Armageddon. No, but personally, 4 more years of Trump, seriously, to me it's just dangerous. And not just on the racism that's always been there. I do feel like there'll be a lot more emboldened. I think we'll see a lot of ugliness in this country, and it will get stronger and more defined and more prevalent in maybe down here in the South. Ain't nobody bringing no tiki torches to North New Jersey ever, right? That's just not how that movement moves. But overall, right, our country stands another 4 years of total ineptitude on foreign policy and the way in which he deals with men just like he is.
You mean Putin?
And Putin and in North Korea. Like, can we really stand to be as embarrassed as he has been and as far away from our friends and allies in this country? Well, I just, will my kid even feel comfortable, or my baby would be even more uncomfortable? It's a lot to Trump that is beyond the black experience, but the country's experience. I just feel like it's time for us to move on. I think he is a dangerous leader. I think that he is a dumb leader, totally unqualified leader. And so, yeah, he got to go. That's just the way I feel about it. Because when my life goes underneath, and will I die or you? No. But will it be horrible to watch for 4 more years? Jeez, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right, because if he's reelected, his next 4 years are considered to be untouchable. So policies, procedures, and plans can shape and formulate that will last for the next 20 years. We're still looking at we went to the point in 1890s where 70% of the black population voted. We had roughly over 500 African Americans in office, in politics, and the changes in progress. From that growth, we had what they called the Black Wall Street. We had the Wilmington, North Carolina group. These guys were millionaires. Once we start to lose black interest in voting and how it changed, it even overturned the Supreme Court, because now these white people had started electing these justices to the Supreme Court. They overturned the black right of civility, or the civil rights, which took us how many years to actually get it overturned? And the March on Selma. So we're oh no, I'm not going to lose you. Let me bring it home. 4 more years of this man having total power. and being untouchable can have some dire consequences on Black America as well as America. He had some problems with America and Americans of lower income. And we all know when white America catches the cold, Black America catches pneumonia. So if white America right now is catching hell, what do you think we're catching? And it has to end now.
Yes.
Diane.
Oh,
I can't stand it anymore.
Hey, Diane, listen. Diane, you know that
I was in a doctor's office. I was in the doctor's office, and they said, "Oh, it's going to be another 20 minutes." I said, "Cancel my appointment. I'll come back because I have to get into this conversation." And this is what I have to
you
say.
promised me. You said that we were not on
You could talk about it.
We can go. We can go. Let's go.
Right, let's go. But let's be honest about this. We talked about all of these rights being overturned and Black people ain't getting this and we got these problems. Well, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter who the president is. If our Congress is not in support of what we want, we will die. Y'all spend so much time talking about Biden and Trump. You have ignored the do-nothing Congress people and senators that are running for re-election.
Oh,
So here's the thing. I got an answer to that, Diane. I got an answer for everything today. Listen,
Get to
Diane.
me.
Check this out. I believe, and I thought of this, I believe it, right? Let's say Trump wins, right? But we can turn over that can console him a little more. I am all for Biden laws with a win in the Democrats in the Senate just to control him more. I am not against that, right? Listen, I voted here for Cal Cunningham, who is like, he's through this election running against Tom Wilson. He has we done found out about his crazy sex scenes with the lady across the street and his crazy sex scenes with the lady around the corner. Like, he is a menace to society, but I pushed him ballot because I got to get rid of Tom Tillerson. He got to come out of that Senate.
Can you post the link to those sex scenes?
Even with that, and you making that decision to push the button for him, why do we care who he's sleeping with?
Right, but listen, I'm just telling you this is how the Republicans ran him. He was beating him for like months by 11 to 12 points, and then they came up with this. He was sleeping with an ex-military who don't have any legs or something down here. It was like crazy, right? But that's where they started pushing it because he was killing him here. So he went down in the polls maybe by 5 points, but he's still leading him. I am of the mindset that I don't care what he does in his bedroom and what him and his wife have going on. That's between the two of them. So I was very willing to push, the vows for him, just because I do believe what you're saying is so true. That it's bigger than just Biden and Trump. But Diane, it's one more day, so I am Trumping out today. I am Trumping out today.
But think about how glorious it would be to have the Senate and the Congress in the favor against Trump, and to have him to be able to impeach him, to do what they could not do before because they only did it for show when they knew they couldn't get it passed. How much more pleasure would you have out of that?
Well, Diane, to answer that question, I get more pleasure of him being elected out than us bringing all these Democrats in to impeach him.
That's just boring.
I don't care how he goes.
So
all the crap you talk about, you telling me the pleasure of seeing his butt dragged out the White House
Drag his
service. Are you kidding me?
Drag his orange behind out the White House.
So let me ask you this question. I gotta, Diane.
And what they do when they revolt and they make those presidents run to other countries to look for help. Are you kidding me?
So let me ask you this.
Okay, now when those other countries need help, they can now go to a leader who has an actual foreign policy relationship. Right now, nobody in the world is looking at us because we have turned on most of our allies. His foreign policy. No, drag his arms behind out, Diane.
Jody, there go that Trump talk again. You just switched the conversation. I swear.
I don't care. Listen, I'm with Vincent. I don't care what he says crazy today. I am with Vincent today. Let's go.
Drag that orange monster out, okay?
What was you going to say, Eric?
No, orange is not the new black.
So
what was you going to say, Eric?
So well, I mean, I'm allowing Vincent and Jody this moment. You notice I'm not stepping on any of it. But Wednesday.
You can see me dancing.
No, but Wednesday's gonna be Wednesday. I think is gonna be a different day. But what I want to ask, because Diane, you did mention this idea of Donald Trump, if he does win and Dems take the House and the Senate, that there would be an impeachment. Do you think that there would be, or do you think he just resigned?
No, he wouldn't leave. Let me tell you why. Because he's too arrogant.
So
They have to drag him out of there.
no. So
Just like the mayor in Trenton, when they told him, the FBI told him to get out and don't come back to City Hall, and he still went down there to work as if they had to drag him out of there. He's arrogant.
So you really believe? So you believe that if Donald Trump wins, but loses the House and the Senate, knowing that he is going to be impeached, knowing that Nancy Pelosi would probably be Speaker, right? And yeah, you really.
He's going to stay because he'll start cutting new deals. I'm telling you.
No, he'll start he'll start blowing his little dog whistle, and all of these militias will start getting on their little pickup trucks with their shotgun.
I don't say it.
Absolutely. Dog, Vincent. You got it today.
Go, Vincent. It's your birthday. It ain't my birthday, but I'm going to treat it like it.
A little propaganda ain't bad. I love a little propaganda every now and then.
So let me, if you believe, I'm just trying to understand the power of Donald Trump as stated by Vincent Squire. So if Donald Trump loses, right, what stops him from continuing his tweets, his encouragement, his white nationalism? So all of the people who you say he gives voice to, wouldn't that still, would it change?
Yes.
Why?
Because Biden going to go up in the caves where they live. Didn't Obama say that? I'm going to go up into the caves where they live. Yeah, Biden's going to go up into
I'm telling you. He is going to have to be dragged out because all of the people who hated him are also in that same circle of people that love him too. The Clintons, all of them that been hanging out with him before are going to go right back again.
Well, see,
it's not going to happen like that.
Here is the power of Donald Trump in politics pre his election. Donald Trump was in power in politics because Donald Trump was a huge political donor. He was an oligarch. Plain and simple. The Clintons loved him because he donated a lot of money. So they went to the vets because that's what you do when people own you. Now, with this post-presidential, Donald Trump is no longer in power. And according to the New York Times, his A is broke. So, There goes the power. Now, those people who were, hold on, let me finish. Please, let me finish.
The figurehead.
He is no longer the figurehead, which means those people who were afraid of him because now he has no more power, like Twitter, they can cancel him.
No.
You see, yeah.
Absolutely not. You don't understand power. That's the problem. His power is not the position. He's been setting up stuff the whole time he's been in office. Him, his organizations, he's been waiting for a particular moment to make sure that if he is not in that position, he is still winning. You are confused.
Well, what he failed to realize in his plans of remaining in power is the simple fact that once he is not elected, that transformation of power and the might of the most powerful army in the known free world really can stand in his way. Really. They can lock him up to the point where, you know what, he will never see daylight again. He'll stop being orange now. He'll be back to being a white man.
Eric, you better tell him some of the most powerful people in politics have never been elected.
Diane, listen.
Powerful people have powerful people backing them.
He has been sitting at tables with people our presidents would dare not deal with. So you do not know.
One thing I know about men in power is that when people start bringing up that negative light, flashing that negative light called the IRS and other things that, you know, Biden can now get on top of them, they start to back away. Power, in terms of money, power is only loyal not to the person, but to the dollar.
IRS been after Donald Trump since day one. He ain't going nowhere.
He gone.
Because if that was the fact, they'd have got him before he even put his name up as a candidate.
Listen, I ran into a Trump supporter yesterday at Walmart, and I regret not taking a photograph with him. He's a very nice guy. And I had on my ADOS hat, and I had on my ADOS hoodie, and we were commenting about what is it? It's almost like the Zamboni that cleans the floors in the Walmart, right? And there was nobody on it. It was just kind of, I guess, just robot powered. And so I said, there goes another U.S. job. And, he said, yeah. And then I looked at him, and I looked up, and he had the Trump hat on. And then he looked at my hat and, looked at my sweatshirt. And I regret not, but he was a very nice guy. We talked, he, saw all the things that I had in my cart and asked me, if I was a baker and all that kind of stuff. And we talked about entrepreneurialism and, small businesses suffering and so forth. But he was a nice guy, and what I took away from him when I walked out was I said, you know what? He's going to fight for what's in his best interest, and I can't begrudge him that, right? We have to fight for what's in our best interest. And what I've been saying, even though I listen to you guys talk about this one, that one, whatever, we're not fighting for what's in our best interest. We're fighting for what's in somebody else's best interest.
You mean to tell me, Eric, and correct me if I'm wrong here,
yeah.
You mean to tell me that voting against Trump is fighting against our best interests?
No, I'm saying, look, and I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it. When you look at all key metrics for Black Americans here in this country, right? When Biden's in office, if he wins, right, I'll be talking to you 8 years from now, and the needle will not have moved.
Yeah, we've got that. Actually, we set it for 2 years from now, that date, about the needle. But what I'm saying to you...
So that's what I'm saying.
Now,
so for me...
Do you believe that Donald Trump being reelected is in the best interest of Black America?
No, but I don't think that Biden is in the best interest of Black America either.
Okay,
that's my point.
Vice President and the interest of Black America had increased. In fact, poverty level had dropped. Now that Trump is in office, No,
You losing them.
no. But anyway, but under Donald Trump, the needle for Black America did not stand still. It declined rapidly. In terms of death, in terms of economics, in terms of housing, in terms of the ability to getting loans. It has dropped tremendously. You can't tell me that we're going to survive 4 more years of there. 4 more years of Trump, there won't be a Black America anymore. You can't tell me that a man who knows that this virus affects people with underlying conditions and downplay it is going to be a friend to the Black man.
Hey, Will Hathaway is asking for the call-in number. Could somebody type it in the thread? I what is it? 908-481-5499. I think that's it.
Big Will, I thought you had the number on speed dial, man.
Hey, listen, and if it's not the number, and you wind up calling somebody else's house, don't blame it on me.
Eric, there is no way in the world on God's green earth that a man who is the descendant of slaves can say that Donald Trump and 4 more years of him will be a positive effect for those descendants.
Listen, what I will tell you that Donald Trump has been in terms of positive for Black Americans, and I mean this, and I remember I had Malik Zulu Shabazz on my show in 2016 or 2015 going into 2016, just before Trump was elected, and he said Donald Trump, if he wins, will be a blessing for Black Americans because he will take off the veil, right? And show Black Americans the America that they really live in. And listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Trust me, and I say this with all sincerity. I thank God for Donald Trump because Black Americans believed that they were in a post-racial America. They were told that by the black guy who got elected, right? And they believe that America loves and embraces them. And now you hear, I want you even hear, I mean, I saw a Biden commercial the other day where he's the Black Lives really do matter, right? And I'm saying, see, because the heat on Black Americans has just been turned up a notch. But we've always, and I said this, we've always been in this pot boiling, just at a lower temperature. Mm-hmm. Right? So nobody said, listen, but nobody's taking us off the stove or out the pot. And that's my point, right? So nobody's taking us off the stove or out of the pot. So I'm looking saying, okay, so that guy, he's got us jumping and thinking, right? And the thinking should be, like Diane said, hey, what am I doing with my Congress people? What am I doing with my senators? What am I doing with my mayors? Why am I lackadaisical when it comes to my board members? Why am I tolerating this stuff? Because this is the America I live in, and these are the people, these are the elected officials who have been impacting me, and I need to change it. And so I think that, you know, him being there has kind of awakened, or should anyway, awaken Black Americans to understand the America that they're in. So yes, me as ADOS, I'm clear. I'm crystal clear. You know, on who America is and its disdain for Black Americans. Hey, Will, is that you on the phone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I came to back up Vincent, man. Will!
Diane, 3-2, Diane.
3-2. It's over. We got the electorate. I came to back you up, man. Good morning, everyone. Hope all is well. You know, tomorrow's election day. You know,
it is election day.
Now we've been getting out the vote here in Orange. You know, door-to-door canvassing.
How's it going?
The normal stuff that we do in politics.
How's it go? How's the canvas? How's the canvassing going?
You use a drop box that we have in Orange. Instead of going to the post office, it's real too late. But you know what? I'm going to analyze this right now. I think this has been a strong campaign, okay, for Biden, okay. I'm not going to mention 45 because he's a nuisance anyway, with his tactical stuff, over trying to take the bus, trying to knock Biden's bus off the road in Texas yesterday. That's a great move. But you know what? The honest thing about it is, with this election, it's gonna show where the country is gonna either go forward or backwards in the United States as far as healthcare, economic development, housing, education. But it's been a fight. But the fight is not over with until the fat lady has sung. But you know what? I'm a Democrat. Always will be. I voted already. I'm encouraging people to vote tomorrow. Continue to drop their mail-in ballot box. You know, at the ballot box. Don't bring it to the post office. Bring it down to the county. But it's gonna be a good one. You know, hopefully everyone gets an opportunity to vote. This is gonna tell for the next 4 years how this country is either gonna run. It's gonna go backwards or it's gonna go forwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's my whole take on this whole election.
Well, Will, I think you should thank Jody for giving Eric his Donald Trump vaccine because we could say the word on the air now.
I want my Trumpy bear. Who gonna buy me one? because it's gonna be nostalgic, and I maybe now it's selling for like $75 on eBay. So maybe by next year it'll be doubled.
Eric, I wanted to share this. There's a friend of mine that lives in Summer.
Diane wants to know if you're going to get her a Trumpy bear, though.
Democrat, okay, and he lives around a bunch of Republicans. They put a Trump doll, a Trump blow-up doll in the front of the guy's yard. Every so often, they would deflate it. So yesterday, they deflated the whole Trump doll right in front of the guy's house. That's just crazy stuff that we're going through. So all this stuff is going to be nostalgic. It'll be history if Biden wins. Upset. I'm calling for an upset tomorrow. Upset.
But see, this is the thing. With Biden winning, doesn't make these people not racist. They just go back into their little cubby holes and they keep doing the stuff they've been doing. They keep discriminating on the jobs and in the businesses and stuff like that. It doesn't change the heart of a person. So
it doesn't.
Whether Trump is there or not, whoever is there is going to set the caliber of how the nation is going to move forward. And if Trump stays, it's going to be more racist people coming out every day. If Biden wins, his racist friends are just going to be undercover. That's it. We live above the Mason-Dixon line. We know who they are up here, down there, but we don't know who they are up in the north. This ain't no different. And people need to understand that. Democrats, Republicans, you know who they are or you don't know who they are. The devil you know or the devil you don't know.
Well, I can say this.
So don't think Biden is going to bring about an uproar of black unity and black people and all is going to be good and there won't be racism, because there will be, and that's what people are thinking, that this will go away.
Right. So Dre Sandrod says in the thread, he says
that the entire America will be pro-black. No, we understand that, but what we do know is that when racism fails its ugly head, that you have a president who has things in place to enforce against it. Deter from these people who are now emboldened to be that.
You can't expect that, Vincent. Obama couldn't do it.
He did do it.
Trayvon Martin was killed in his own community. That man stood up on a podium and cried for that child, and he could not stop racism. He couldn't even get that guy locked up. So don't tell me that the president is going to be able to set the realm for people to be able to do better.
What he did do,
I totally agree with Diane because I don't even think you're never going to stop racism. It's part of somebody's human nature of hate. You know what I mean? And that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Well, it is a part of the human. No. The whole thing is that no, you cannot stop that part of the human nature. But what you can do is make it difficult for them to act on that human nature.
You can't. How are you going to make it difficult, Vincent? If you start in the school system, when we talk about the books that are spread out all over the country, and every book you see don't show anything about slavery, don't show anything about anything else besides Martin Luther King, and some of them don't even scratch the surface of Malcolm X. How do you expect to change the heart of people if they don't understand other people?
Wait. I'm going to say it again. Please wait. I'm going to ask again. Please wait. Yeah. Wait. Jody, hold that 1 second, Jody.
Will's a little mad at me about the stuff about the football team. I get it, right? Don't get off the messaging, right? Diane is right, but if we start participating in Diane's conversation, we can get off the messaging, right? Let's just
I agree.
What it is.
Right.
We don't care, Diane. I don't care. Diane, I don't do out of the White House.
Got it. Call it. Wait. We got another call. We got. Wait. No.
Jody's on the same page right now.
Wait, Vincent. Wait.
We can't get off that.
Yeah.
Right. Eric's point is, when Eric said that thank God for Donald Trump, that he exposed these things, no, because we knew that, right?
No.
Eric Dawson, because you knew that.
No, I knew it, but I'm saying that unfortunately there were far too many Black Americans that have been rocked to sleep. We got another caller. Caller, go.
Hey, what's going on? Let me add to Diane's point about this racist place we live in. They've always said that the South will rise again. Most people don't really understand that concept, but they want to destroy the federal government so that they, from one end of the country to the other, the power can lie in people that are going to control everybody else, black and white. But their biggest ally is the poor white man who just his association, the fact that they can give them somebody to look down on, they'll be an ally to a power structure that wants to destroy everything about the United States. And Diane was absolutely right when she said that the history books don't teach of slavery and all of that, and just simply mention Martin Luther King. There's a big reason for that, because if they expose what the real plan was, if you look at what the people who are backing Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is just out front. The people who he put in front in charge of the Environmental Protection Agency, the people he put in all of these different agencies, the Department of Justice, and all of these other things, is to thwart the law and make it not applicable to everybody else, so that people, and to Eric's point about the media and how they're framing this, they're the biggest culprit, because they can make the innocent man guilty and the guilty man innocent. This joker that's in power, he's guilty on every turn. And they got us mistrusting doctors and mistrusting everything. But we are in a position now where they are taking down the federal government, and Donald Trump is up there smiling. He's got them laughing and joking and feeling good about him. But at the same time, you got these people that behind the curtain masterfully tearing down government. So I hate to be on Vincent's side today, but you gotta mark one more off for Vincent that this guy gotta go, and all his wizardry in the back behind the curtain, they gotta go too, man, because it's a larger play ahead here. It's a larger play ahead. These jokers.
So Mike, when do you think this election is going to be finalized? Did they give a time frame for this election to be finalized, or are we going to be finding out about the results tomorrow or past Thanksgiving and Christmas?
We'll have partial results. We'll have partial results from the people who came in and did their ballots tomorrow. They said at roughly 9 o'clock, and that's on a national level because the ballot closed at 8.
It's a state by state. Some states have already started their counting as they were coming in. States like Pennsylvania can't count. They start counting until tomorrow, sometime in the morning, and then if it's close and they have to wait for ballots to come in, it's gonna be disastrous. Who knows? I mean, most elections are called on election night. I don't see this being any different. But I think that there's a lot more people who agree with Donald Trump than there is Joe Biden. Joe Biden wants to be buddy with the people. Donald Trump has his core supporters. Those quiet people who are standing silently by say, yeah, this guy makes a lot of sense, but I know, if I speak on this, I'll be, they'll talk about me. But I think there's more people in this country who will align themselves with Donald Trump and his way of thinking and the people behind the curtain. And who want to bring this country together, and I don't think it'll go into the. Yeah, go ahead.
You don't think there's because Biden had the experience under Obama's leadership. You don't think this will bring any type of difference because he has the experience. He was in the White House for 2 terms, and basically, does that play a factor in this election? Do you think
that he stood next to a black man?
I think that Obama was a feel-good story, and he, just like we thought we'd never see a black man president, there was twice as many people who knew they would never see a black man president. And they doing everything in their power to keep minorities in their place in this country. So, yeah. But Obama's association with Joe Biden is not a slam dunk, even though he can shoot a jump shot.
Oh, did you see the and then the walk off? Wait, this thing, he shot it and Mike, he shot it and then the walk off. Did you see that?
See what?
When he shot that jump shot.
His walk-off jumper.
Yeah, his walk-off jumper, man.
Yeah, that was one for the culture. Yeah, we can shoot a jumper.
Yeah.
We can shoot a jumper. What? So what? I can hit one jumper out of 10.
What are you gonna say, Vincent? Vincent?
So what's this thing, Eric, if I may ask? So if Biden wins the electoral college vote and they win, what has got to be determined for Biden to pull this out? Is it the electoral college, or
it's always the electoral?
It's always the electoral college.
Was established because of them trying to get rid of the Southern rule, but because of the 3/5 and the compromise. Now, because of the 3/5 law, it was basically saying that the South can basically overpower us because of population and counting the slaves in their votes. Now, the Electoral College was established because they believed that the common man did not have the intellectual prowess to elect the president of office. Yet, in that group, if they win the state, they win the electoral. So what we have now is the 50 states now competing, and they have to win the states with the highest amount of electoral votes. Florida, right. Texas, Pennsylvania, et cetera, et cetera. So now with the situation with Hillary is that she did win the popular vote,
Right.
but she did not win the electoral.
Right.
She lost Florida. She lost Texas. She lost Wisconsin, etc.
Ohio.
Correct. Now the problem that they had with Obama.
To be honest with you, Vincent, because Hillary Clinton didn't go back to those states, and she made promises like every other politician does in this country. You know, she just didn't have a good campaign. Whoever was running her campaign didn't do a good enough job to win that election.
And it's true.
We're talking about Trump right now.
And in her book, she even admitted listening to the wrong people. And the person who was telling her what to do and the right things were Bill Clinton and Obama. And that died for her. And the same thing with Al Gore. And so, but anyway, in terms of actually what's going to take place is after they count the ballots, then, you know, in fact, you look at right now, there are stores in New York, northern New Jersey, Philadelphia, and all of these large states right now that are boarding up their stores because they don't want to get torn up because of the riots, because of the fear that Trump has now placed on America. That has to stop.
Well, they know something we don't know. they know something that we don't know, and corporations are not the corporate media. The way they giving news out about these flag waving, Trump supporting, pickup driving people is, oh no, it's just a caravan. Oh no, they was racing alongside the bus, and the news media, the corporate media, and these corporations know exactly what's going on. They know who the threats are, and it's not people that live in that's normally out there fighting against police brutality. They know it's not the people who are here who want clean water. They know it's not. They know that Trump supporters, if they lose or win, they're going to take this thing to the next level. They know that. Corporations know that.
Yes, and I know people in the National Guard right now who are called to their posts because they're preparing for this. So this thing for those militias is not going to go easy for them. It will not.
Well,
so all of that other thing,
you can't count on the National Guard, who are a lot of them themselves are supremacists in their ideologies, and you can't
caves and find them where they are. Let's stick to.
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
They're going to go to the caves and find them where they are.
I saw down there in North Carolina. The police was pepper spraying people who were trying to vote. I saw that right there. And so these same people are gonna protect you if something jump off. Come on.
No. Wait, look. You may not have the police, but the National Guard are empowered to shoot the police.
I don't listen, fellas.
And I'm gonna tell you, I will tell you this in my military mind that
I don't think none of that. I think none of that is gonna happen. I think it's all a hype for the media.
Right.
You know, the media love that kind of stuff when you be talking that. You know, the media. Oh yeah, well, it's gonna be. You know, New York, like New York this morning had it on the news. They're bracing for a riot, and come on.
Listen, man. Listen, December's gonna come. Look, December's gonna come.
Imagine that.
Well, November's gonna come, and December's gonna come, and people are gonna listen. November, the middle or end of November is gonna come. December's gonna come. Americans are going to be inundated with commercials about shopping for Christmas, and all of this is going to. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
They're going to be herded to the stores.
Yes.
They're going to be herded.
Right. The Biden supporter next to the Trump supporter in the Walmart and Target store line, trying to get the flat screen TV. Ain't no militia. Ain't gonna be the National Guard shooting the police. It's gonna be flat screen TVs flying off the shelves and record numbers.
Look, Eric, maybe we'll get some Kwanzaa love this year.
Maybe there'll be a sale on some Trumpy bears.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. But you know what? This is what I'm gonna tell you. With 3 minutes to go, after tomorrow, Black lives ain't gonna matter again. Remember that. They go listen. In all those streets, that paint's gonna fade. It's gonna fade, just like the memory of the conversations that they were having about Black Lives Matter in 2016. They faded.
Some of them will just get painted over.
Yeah.
Until somebody else gets shot, then they'll be back out there.
No, it's gonna have to be
If you look at the Black Lives Matter movement, it's a huge increase in the new voter registration and that spike in early voters. So they've been really active.
To bring it right back.
And a lot of them have been active in terms of the ground campaign for Biden.
Listen.
And they've been doing a lot of posting on Get Out the Vote.
Okay.
Or just about all of their social media.
Okay.
So the Black Lives...
They've been posting.
Yes, they have.
Yes, they have. Changed, but they've been posting. Oh, my God. Go, Biden, go.
So we're talking about a group of people who are looking to, one, get him in office. 2, hold him to his word.
Okay.
I'm looking at CNN right now, and Trump says he's sending all his lawyers as soon as the election ends.
Because he knows he's going to lose.
He must be built right.
No, he knows he's going to lose.
All right, listen.
He's not up in the polls. He's not up in the polls, and I would hope, not just the hope for hope's sake that Biden wins, and there's some changes in the Senate, and there's some changes in the Congress. If you don't get changes in the Senate, I don't care who goes there.
So listen,
if you leave Mitch McConnell in charge, ain't no bills going to be signed.
Right.
So,
Obama.
Listen, guys, we're at the 12. Vincent, you got it. Vincent.
Go ahead.
You got to watch the clock. We're at the 12 o'clock hour. So, guys, I want to thank you all. Tomorrow's election day. Vincent, you got Jody on your side today. Jody.
Hey, Eric, it's 6-2 today, brother.
Hey, listen, man.
Today, because 24 hours from now, this is going to change.
Hey, Diane.
Hey, look, I'm going to enjoy this while I can.
Diane.
I'm okay.
In fact, I'm ordering my Trumpy bear right now.
Hey, Diane, I got little violins.
You know when you having a party for Trumpy bear, I'll bring a match.
Diane, I got little violins and Kleenex for all of them. See you tomorrow.
Well, Eric, tomorrow I'm going to have a big crying towel for you.
I'll see you guys.
I'm just going to let you guys go. 95+ million cash so far, CNN is reporting.
Bam.
5,481,940.
All right.
Let's go, baby. Yep.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.
I wish you well. Goodbye.
Be safe, everybody. Please take your ballots to the ballot boxes. Don't trust the mail. Don't trust the bull crap. Let's get out, vote in overwhelming numbers.
Yes, sir.
Do